what pathway is there for victory for the ADC, given the perception that the party, there is this suspicion and perception that its presidential ticket is reserved for Atiku Abubakar. So what's the pathway for victory for the ADC?
I mean, why are you talking as if we give the ticket to Atiku, then we cannot win? Why? Because you say there is perception that the ticket is reserved for Atiku Abubakar. So if we do that, then what is the pathway for ADC? That's what you just said. And that betrays your bias.
Well, this is based on public perception.
No, perception. Let me assure you, ADC is not holding any ticket for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, I continue to say it, and I'm in a position to know, does not have any advantage over the two other aspirants that are left within the African Democratic Congress. The way the two other aspirants are running around in the last 1 week, since they took the form the last couple of days, running around to lobby party leaders to support them, is the same way that Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, is running around party leaders to support him. If the tickets were guaranteed to him, I doubt if Rotimi Amechi is not one of the most most introverted person around. He would have come out to say, this ticket has been reserved for Atiku, so I will no longer participate in this fraud. So, but they know the truth. Alhaji Muhammad Hayatuddin is another person. He has not come out to say, oh, this ticket is reserved for Atiku, therefore I will no longer participate in this. And these are senior party leaders who are in a position to know. So I'm telling you confidently that this ticket of the ADC up till now is open for every single person that has collected form to contest on the platform of ADC. Any other thing is blackmail, mischief, or ignorance.
Let's wrap up this way. Has there been any scenario where you reflected that the task of sending President Bola Tinubu out of the villa has been weakened? And if the answer is no, so what's still your optimism going to 2027?
No, no doubt I agree with you. Like I said, politics is about numbers. If the unified coalition challenging the incumbent stood a better chance than a splintered coalition. And the first person to point this out, I must say, was His Excellency Peter Obi himself. In one of our meetings, he said that once we have a 3-horse race, then the advantages go to the incumbent. And that's almost a treason. One person running against President Bola Tinubu stands a better chance than 2 people or 3 people running against him. Because all the votes that will have gone behind that individual running against him will now be divided among many people going against him. He will probably keep his support base, right? He will probably keep his, but no matter how small, he has 20%. All he needs to do is to hold on to his 20%. And these 20% have always been there. You know, but for you in the opposition, if you had 80% in your hands, by the time you share it among yourselves, you know, then it becomes almost it's the same thing that happened in the last election, when the totality of votes won by Alhaji Atiku, Peter Obi, and Kwankwaso come together. I think will have given a significant advantage over President Bola Tinubu, who won by the slimmest margin, perhaps seen only once, maybe in the 1983 election. You know, so now, but it is not impossible. It makes the job a lot more difficult, because the challenge is the same. Nigerians are saying enough is enough. Nigerians are suffering. There's no way. The only answer this government has to the widespread suffering in the country is to import rice and share rice to people. But dead people don't eat rice. Nigeria is becoming one massive graveyard of people dying every single day. Some people were coming from Kaduna to Abuja to collect nomination forms on the platform of our party when they were kidnapped. And the kidnappers were asking for a 200 million ransom and all that. And by the time people ran around to say one of them died in the hands of kidnappers, So this is the tragedy that's become the reality of our country. We don't even talk about it anymore. The president just issues a statement condemning the act and saying he felt sad and that it will never happen again. But the more he says it will never happen again, the more it happens. In fact, it appears that those criminals were waiting for him to say it will never happen again before they will strike again. In my state, Kwara State used to be one of the safest places in Nigeria. Now today, entire villages have been emptied out. Traditional rulers have been abducted with the queens and the princes, and the whole palace has been sacked. And all we hear from the president, all we hear is the president talking about how he's winning the political game against the opposition, how he's going to send Akpabio to go and scatter the opposition, and how he's going to. You see, it's really sad. The first principle of leadership is empathy and humility. These are the two things that are missing in the current leadership of Nigeria. There is no empathy. They don't care about the people. There is no humility to say, look, we may have got this wrong, and in view of superior argument, we therefore change course, and so that we can protect our people better. No, they know everything as far as they are concerned. Even when you point it out to them that, look, what you are doing is wrong, what the only response they have is to attack you, to abuse you, as if they are surprised, or as if they feel affronted that you are even speaking at all. The president has done something, and how dare you criticize him? How dare you? Then we say, look, we are not conquered people. At least before you can enslave us, try to conquer us first. But you have not conquered us, you cannot enslave us. If the only thing we have is our voice, we'll continue to use it. So this APC government is running the country aground, and everybody can see it. The coalition presenting a unified front, we stood a better chance. Now that we have broken into two, it's still possible. It's more difficult, but it's not impossible. And we'll continue to do it. We'll continue to fight for it. This country used to have 5 political parties. We used to have 4 political parties. So we will continue to fight. We believe in the African Democratic Congress that we will win this election because we have the best plan. We were building a political party. We are still building a political party, and we are ready. We are ready for that time when Nigerians will demand from every political party to come and say what they will do differently. We are clear in our mind what the African Democratic Congress will do differently for Nigeria. We have spent time to deal with this. We have spent time because people like you ask us, you want to take power, what will you do differently? And we have spent enormous time thinking through what we will do differently. And we are very clear what we will do differently. And this is what we will tell Nigerians. We believe that we will win this election.